That's the one thing that's happened to me when I get so many bad calls
Did you
right
hook up
now.
more speakers to this?
I just start reading the
Yeah.
script.
But do you mean on the call? You start doing something?
I
Yeah,
just
do you
start
start
calling.
doing something different on the
I
call?
just start reading the
Do
script
the calls.
like a robot.
Or on the speaker.
Well, we all tend to do that. If you
Because we don't
get
need it. This is
slammed
for
with a
this
whole
one.
bunch of no's, even if they're junk calls, it's really easy, and you guys aren't alone, we're all the same way, we all do these things. Certain things can set you off, you can have a hard day in another way too. But if it makes you start doing something different, that you already know that you're doing the right things and you know what to do. We've all heard about trust, value, urgency. We all know what the what the cans are. We all know what to do on calls. We've had those trainings over and over and over and over again. So they're all up here floating around and we know what to do, right? But things happen and make you change. No happens, life happens, last call which happens, things happen, you know? And so it's really, you have to remind yourself to sometimes just let it be a little more simple. Let the simplicity come back into it. We can be a little bit, it can be kind of obnoxious how many things we have to track for ourselves, and seems like it gets overwhelming where you get more and more and more all the time that you have to track. But remember to just let some of it go. Let it be simple. Sometimes, like Annette has learned, you have to stop looking at your numbers and just sell, just show up, and just keep going and doing what you know how to do instead of trying to change something because you have a bad day, right? So I wanted to play a little bit a game. Jared, do you have your computer?
I'm right here.
Okay, and we need speakers because we're going to play a game where we're going to guess by the first 15, 20 seconds of the call whether it's a sell or not. Have any of you guys ever prejudged a call where you get a caller that's just seems dead from the belt both ways, seems raunchy, seems mean? Sometimes you judge one that's a prank, that you just know this person's a prank just by the way they say hello. And I know we've all done that, right? Even if it's just a silent little judgment in your head, but it's nothing that you don't consciously change anything, but you kind of judge, right?
It's so real.
Yeah, it's real. We've all done it, even when we try not to. So I just want to play a little game with you where we pull up, I have like 10 calls, and we can pull them up and listen to the first 10, 15, 20 seconds of the call, and then we're just going to guess and see whether that's going to be a sell. You know, we're going to judge it and see how accurate we are. Have you guys ever done that before?
No. Not every call, I do.
It's kind of fun. So why is the first 10, 15 seconds important in the call?
Because they got the same impression that you just did. I never thought of it the other way around. Like, I just prejudged you in 20 seconds, but you did the same thing to me.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good thought.
It really does. And so what's important? What's the important step that we're making in the first few seconds of the call?
Make a good
Gaining
impression.
trust.
Who said trust? Right.
Pull them in.
Trust.
Agree.
Because these are real people. You might have taken 17,000 calls, but they haven't. They just barely called in. It's their first impression of the no-no. It's not you, but of the no-no, and you are representing that. So you have to be really on your game. The most important thing you can do is to show up, which means really, in your mind, show up. Because you can't be sidetracked by a chatting while you're selling, because it's like having your kid talk to you while you're sitting and typing on the computer. Do they know that you're paying attention to them?
Yes. No.
Yes, children do.
I don't
They
think
do
so.
not.
They think
They
you're
don't.
My
not.
kids know
They
if I
think
am
you're
sitting
not.
chatting on my computer, or I'm typing,
Oh, I
or
thought
I'm
you-
reading Facebook, or whatever it be,
Well, yeah,
or
they know
talking on the
that, you know.
phone. They know that that's the time to come ask Mom for ice cream. Yeah, go away, because I don't even hear what they said. But they know that they don't have your undivided attention, right? They know that. They can sense it. They can pick up on it. These people calling in are the same way. They can tell if you're listening to them. They can tell if you are actually hearing what they say and going to help them out. They can tell if you care. And so it's really important to take the first few seconds of the call, which I've listened to a lot of your calls, and you're really good at smiling and saying hello in the first few seconds of the call. Sustaining it throughout the call is where it gets a little bit more difficult. But you have to take the trust that you're building in the first few seconds of the call, and you have to sustain that through the call, which means you have to be present on that call. You shouldn't be on group chat and responding to group chat while you're selling. You really shouldn't.
I don't know how people do that.
It's distracting.
You won't ever be really good if you're doing that.
I mean, when people come and say, why do you have me? I asked you 3 times. I said, well, I was on the call. I didn't see it, so.
Good for you, because when you're on the call, you should be on the call, tunnel vision on the call. And then you can chat when you're done. Read back and catch up, but don't ever do it while you're on the call.
You know what's really got me out of the habit of really being more focused and just being there is Beachbody. Because Beachbody, it's like every second you're doing something. So it's like you can't even focus anywhere else. So it's like, it's got me the good habit of just like, on that call when it comes through whatever and doing a site and just do that. And that's it.
Okay, so,
I guess I can see if it's a
yeah. No cheating. Anyways, we have 10 calls. We're gonna guess, we're gonna judge them, we're gonna see how correct we are. And remember, all this is us judging this call by the first few seconds of the call, by how they say hello. And then while you're doing this, I want you to think of another thing. I want you to actually listen and pay attention to how the agent sounds, so that we can actually give them a score on whether they are really into the call. Do they sound like they're into the call? And do they sound like they're cheerful? Or do they sound like they care? Do they sound like they're excited? That's a lot to put in the first little bit of the call, but that's why it's on your CAN list, because it's that important. Because once you get a first impression, it's really hard to change it. It's a lot easier to sustain it than change it. Okay, ready? Uh-oh, no speakers.
Let's see. Oh, this might be the problem.
Fine, and you?
There we go.
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you very much for asking, sir.
Don't listen.
Thank you for calling Lono. My name is Alan, so I can help you better. May I ask who I'm speaking with?
Charles.
Hey, Charles. How are you today?
Fine, and you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you very much for asking, sir. Did you just see our show on TV?
Sale.
Sale?
Alan?
Of course it's a sale.
Oh, is it just because it was Alan?
Yeah, there's no way.
No, it's because the customer actually asked, how are you doing, back to him.
So if a customer asks back how you're doing, then that's a really good,
sign.
that's a good sign,
Yeah,
that's a
it's
sale.
a good sign that they actually care about just more than just.
Huh, I kind of think that's just a normal response.
Yeah.
It can be, but it can also be a good sign if you think of that in your mind. But what happens if they don't say that? Did you judge it that it's not going to be? Are you looking for only that?
No.
His tone
No.
of voice was different.
He was slow and like really clear, but cheerful and
Okay, so
polite.
everybody thinks that one's a sale?
I don't know.
I think
I
it's
don't
not
know.
a sound.
His tone was a little flat. He wasn't
Yeah.
super engaged.
He wasn't super engaged. I
Wasn't
thought so
super
too.
excited.
Alan's gonna have to pick up on that and pull him in, isn't he?
I think it wasn't a
He
sound.
wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't.
I think it's a sale.
So I don't think it's a sale.
You don't think it was a
I'll
sale?
say it.
I don't think
I
it's
don't
a sale
either.
either.
I think it was.
Okay, so we have the majority of the room saying sale and a few people saying no.
Let's see if we're right.
No sale.
No sale.
It was no sale?
It was a no sale.
No sale.
Okay, you ready for the next
No, I
one?
meant, but that.
But Alan sounded good though.
He
Yes.
sounded good, but that X factor wasn't in there.
It wasn't like the wow factor.
So if that happens, what do you do right there in the call to bring that in?
Create a
Ask
wow
them how their
factor.
day is, or
Connect with them. Somehow, find a way to connect.
Slow
with them.
down.
Slow
Connect.
down. What about, slowing down is good, connecting with them is good. There are certain things you can do to do that.
Question.
Ask a question, like how are you doing? Ask a question about what they're looking for. Ask a question about what they want. Just mostly bring them in and make them respond. Make them be part of the conversation with you. And you have to do that sometimes by sharing a little of yourself so that they will feel safe and trust you a little bit so that they can respond. But we're playing this game, but I want you to realize that we're not going to be 100% accurate. So we have to let those judgments go and just start to pick up on little signs. That you can see little signs like you're really good about picking up on that flat tone of voice. That right there is just a clue. It doesn't mean he's a buyer or he's not a buyer. It's just a clue to put a little bit more in there and to get some more trust. That's all that is. Okay, it's not a buying or a not buying sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for calling. Hello, my name is Alan, so I can help you better. May I ask who I'm speaking with?
Glenera Martin.
I apologize, I missed your first name.
Glenera,
Spell it for me so I make sure I get it right.
Glenera.
E-R-A, okay, there we go. All right, how are you doing today?
I just want to know how much your product is.
Okay, I can definitely help you with that. We have a couple different...
No. Unless he really knows on that first part. No.
So we're almost unanimous on the no sale.
He lost trust. His voice wasn't as chipper.
Alan's wasn't?
Yeah.
I thought it was slightly chipper than the other one, but the fact, and I do this too, the fact that you didn't really hear the name, you had to go back, it's like, it brings down the energy level, I think, on the other end of the customer.
Well, he was more on par with matching her too.
Right, I think he was doing a pretty good job
Yeah.
of matching her, really. He
I
did.
thought the upper tone where he was, because he was more chipper, but like when he had to go back and like get her name and it put like a downer.
Well,
on the
do you
energy level.
think that it would have been better had he ignored the
No.
fact that he didn't hear her name?
Absolutely not.
No,
But I
he
think,
could have said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't get your name. You know, can I get that again one more time, please?" or something like that.
Which he did. He
He
did a
did.
really
Yeah.
good job, and he spelled it back. And then did you see his voice change to take back control of the conversation and make it chipper?
Went back up.
So I felt like he did everything right in that, in the fact that he did work with her to build trust. I thought he did a great job right there.
He never said her name.
Yeah.
yeah, I would have
Yeah,
said her
I
name.
don't think he knew what it was. What was it, Glenera?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I would have
because
tried
he
to
pronounce it
knows-
wrong. She knows that he doesn't know what it is too.
Yeah.
Because he never said it. So he never acknowledged that he got it.
Exactly. And while we're judging these callers, even though we're trained not to, do you think that they're judging us and they're
Oh,
picking up
yes.
on these little things, these little teeny bits of trust where say back my name and let me know you care and heard me?
Kind of along the lines of what Becky said. He never said the name, so she knows that he still didn't get it. But the way he said like the last couple letters of the name after she spelled it for him, like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Right,
And, like I missed a couple letters kind of thing. Like so
right.
it made me think. It gave her an impression that he did get it. He just wasn't sure. He was double checking.
Good, yes. Because what we need to remember on these calls, guys, we are not robots and we are not perfect. We're training ourselves to pick up on little things like these, like what I'm showing you right here, to help us. But you will not be perfect, and please don't beat yourself up when you're not. Just keep trying. I still make so many mistakes on my calls that I'll listen to and I'm like, what the heck, why didn't you close? You know? Or why did you say that right there? I listen back and I'm just going, you should know better. But we're not perfect. So just learn and grow and keep taking advantage of each of these trainings that teach us these things and cut yourself a little slack. Okay, I want you to play a little more, or you do still have that call?
Oh, let me grab it real quick. I loaded the next one, but it'll just take a sec.
Just since we're all so sure that one's not a sale, I want to play just a
No,
little
I'm
bit
not
more.
sure. I think if he rebutted, he probably would have landed that one.
I
He
think it's
rebutted effectively. When he
Well, we'll
started.
play a little bit more of that one so that we can maybe form a different opinion, see how our mind changes.
Glenera,
Spell it for me so I make sure I get it right.
Glenera.
E-R-A, okay, there we go. All right, how are you doing today?
I see the
Really
difference.
good.
I just want to know how much your product is.
Okay, I can definitely help you with that. We have a couple different options depending on your needs. So what I'll do is I'll go over that with you really quick and then I'll get you a price, okay?
Okay.
All right, and it looks like you saw like one of our flyers or like an...
Okay, what did he do right there after to actually a specific action that was doing something to draw her back in? What did he do?
He acknowledged your question.
He did. He let her know that he heard her. And then, because you can't just respond and just keep going on the script, can you? What happens if we just keep going and we ignore the fact that they asked for the price? Even though we all want to poke our eyes out when they say, what's the price?
We don't have any trust in it.
We just like, oh, please, not another person ask me the price. Guess what, guys? They're all price clickers. They don't know the
It
price.
feels like she would zone him out until he got to saying numbers, and she would listen when he
Right.
said the numbers.
Or else she would say, she would even listen then, and you get through the whole thing, and she'd say, I still didn't get a prize.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're judging these guys and they're judging us, if we don't show them that we heard them, then they're gonna judge us and feel like, what are we doing? They're gonna,
Ignoring them.
we're ignoring them.
Yeah.
Not
Okay,
even
so that-
asking out. I
And they
have so
won't,
much
care
and
about them.
instinctively, they'll just tune you out because they don't get that respect, so they're not gonna give that respect.
Exactly. So he did a really good job right there, because the best way to show someone you heard them is to what? Acknowledge. Acknowledge, and then he responded with something saying that he would help her, and that it was all about her. So who thinks that this is a sale or not a sale now? Just change your mind.
So,
Honestly, I think it should
So?
probably be a sale.
You can always acknowledge it.
But I'm
It's
listening
not
to
a-
Alan's calls and I know that that's his type of people.
Yeah, so was this a sale?
I think it'd be really.
Sale.
This was a sale. So she just asked the price, she's a price clicker, and she worked with him, they built trust right in the beginning, he listened and acknowledged, and then he gave her the things that she needed to have the confidence to buy.
You know, one thing I gathered when I was listening to that call was she said the reason she was calling was to check on the price. It was the first time I really considered that the only reason she said that was because she was starting to dismiss him. So it was like, okay, I'm not really wanting a conversation, just give me the price. Is that true with a lot of price clickers, do you think?
No, honest to goodness, they watched a commercial and it intrigued them. Remember this, guys, the commercial intrigued them. There was something in there that made them want to find out more about this, find out the price, they want this. Okay, so remember that they're calling in intrigued. Some people call in and they say, first thing out of their mouth is, what's the price? Some people call in and say, how you doing first? But they're both buyers, they're both price clickers, they both want to know the price, and they're both going to need the same things because they're both going to need to know that this works for them. They all want to know two things. What do they want to know? What does 100% of these callers want to know?
if it works, then what's the price?
So if you answer those questions, and one of them is really easy to answer. One of them, as soon as you give it to them, if you didn't give them the other, they'll hang up. So you can't give them the price without giving them the answers to the other question.
It's like you can't have a cup without water. Have
So-
water with them.
So that's what he proceeded to do. Okay, let's get the next one.
And this is, this is Colleen. You'll all recognize her.
Thank you for calling. My name is Callie. So that I can better help you, can I get your first name, please? Sharon. Hi, Sharon. How are you doing today? Oh, good. Awesome. Good to hear it. Did you get a chance to see one of our ads or our flyers for the Nono Hair Remover?
Okay. Not just because it's me, guys, because I have
No,
to.
it's Sal.
Sal.
No, it's Sal. Her tone of voice
I don't know, I
matched
don't
your
think so.
tone.
With
I still
your,
think
well,
it's Sal.
It may.
the way you
Alright,
answer the
And he
phone.
listened like another 30 seconds to this.
But if we judge her right there, does she sound like this nice, sale
Yeah.
kind of person? She does.
Sounds like she needs to talk to her husband. Alright.
All right, so let's judge the way I answered the phone and whether I responded to her, I interacted with her, I pulled her in. Did I actually build trust with her?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got really
Hold her in
engaging and
and
happy and natural.
And so that's what you got to do on every call, guys. Even when your throat hurts, even when you're
Sick and tired of
sick
it.
and tired of being on the phones or whatever, you have to do that on every call.
Fake it till you make it. And it works.
Okay, so was that a sale?
This one was a sale.
So pretty classic. I'm gonna talk her into it, and she's just easy, you know. And I remember that, and she just went down the garden path with me. I didn't really do anything spectacular other than the normal stuff we always do. So let's pull up another one.
Thank you for calling Nono. My name is Callie. So that I can better help you, can I get your first name, please? First name, John. Hi, John. How are you doing today? I'm good. What do you charge for the Nono? I can sure help you with that. We do have a couple different options.
So,
Definitely a Sal.
Definitely.
Classic.
You think so?
Guys, call
Yeah.
for his wife, you're really good at these conversations.
Are you sure?
Becky said-
Tom's saying no, May says yes. How many people
I
say
say
yes,
yes.
that's a sale?
I think it's so.
Becky said that if
Yeah.
they spell their name out for you, that they're a buyer.
You almost said hi, Gerald, and you stopped and let me spell it first before you finished saying hi.
Well, it's because I've been listening to my calls and realize I interrupt a lot, and I gotta work on that. And so that was one of my messages on my on my computer.
interrupt.
Stop interrupting.
That it doesn't sound like he's super confident, so he's a little shy. So I can see how you usually push.
But
him
he's trying to take
confidence.
control of the conversation right there, right?
Yeah.
He gives his name, he spells it,
Yeah.
he's gonna ask the questions.
But he's still, I can hear that he's not a super confident caller.
I like how you said exactly back to him what he said to you.
Yeah,
So-
did I act like I was afraid of that question about the price?
No.
Should we be afraid of that question?
No, it's a buyer's
Sometimes
question.
it feels like it, when they're really pushy, it feels like we wanna be afraid
You
of
can
it.
only get so many in a row.
Right, and sometimes our instincts are to be afraid of it, but we don't need to be afraid of that question. Because if you remind yourself that the buyers are price clickers too. So do you wanna hear more, or do you wanna just guess?
A little bit more.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Different options. So let me just find out more what you need so that I can see which one would work best for you. Are you thinking about this for you, Gerald, so you don't have to show it anymore, or more for a loved one? Like a woman?
Okay. It's not for his wife.
It's a sell,
It's a sell.
It's a sell.
Yeah.
Well, awesome, we got one for your husband and now he can use one too.
I think that one was a sale, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So-
Yep, it's a sale.
Yeah, that was a sale.
Here's a question, how do you get away from, I mean, most of these older guys are not used to spending that much for beauty treatment.
Skip my next one, go.
So how did he balk it all at the price, do you remember, or?
Oh, yeah, he said that's a lot of money,
Yeah.
and I had to tell him that it is a lot of money, but it's worth every penny, and I did have to schmooze him a little bit and remind him that you get what you pay for, and that you're gonna be, mostly I'll just say, you're gonna love this. You really are gonna love this, and if you don't, you have absolutely nothing to lose, so what have you got to lose? And I keep telling him how much it's gonna work, because I wanna make sure that they get the answer to that other question, that pie in the sky question that they want the answer to, but they never ask. Every once in a while, you'll get one that says, does this really work? But they all want to know the answer to that.
I was just gonna say, Colleen and I used to ride in and out of work every single day, and I'd sit there saying, but they just say it's too much, and it's all about the price. And I got lectured over and over and over again, Becky, it's never about the price. It's never about the price.
Sometimes we just need a reminder of that, because we all get there. Okay,
Thank you for choosing Rose. My name is Roxy. Here's a working better help you can ask. How speaking with today?
I love Roxy.
My name is Mike.
Hello, how are you doing this morning?
All right.
How is Sharon giving us for a gift?
Guest.
Okay, awesome. Is Sharon using like facial, body, or just a little bit of both?
Mostly body.
Mostly body, okay.
I don't think he even needed the wife, that's the problem.
yeah, but he cares about his wife, right? So, let's just talk for a minute about, first we'll judge, do you think that was a sale or not?
I'm not sure yet.
I'm gonna go with him.
I'm not sure yet.
I'm sure he's not super engaged yet.
He's not super engaged
What
yet,
time
but
did she take a call? That sounds like it's early,
Uh,
either late at night or early.
well, she works early in the mornings.
well, so does that matter? Because I mean, it might be 4 a.m. to us, but it's people heading out the door on the East Coast. So if we judge the calls by that, then we've already prejudged. And you can set yourself up for, if you're looking for certain things,
You'll find-
it's so easy to be wrong about your caller. So you really need to use this exercise for what it's really meant to be and let the prejudgment go and start to recognize what to look for to help yourself get through this. Okay, so looking at Roxy, we all know that Roxy's voice is absolutely one of the most easy to listen to, fun to listen to. Her voice is amazing. So she's
Has
already
a
got
ring
that
in your
going.
ear.
Yeah, she's already got that going for her. Plus, she's also very,
Friendly, engaged.
she's personal. She gets personal with them and laughs with them and has a good time with them really easy. That's really one of her talents. So you can see her start to do this on these calls. What did you hear her do specifically that helped to draw him in?
She was trying to focus on what part wife would like to use. And I think his hesitation might be, well, he would really like to say her bikini line, but he's like everybody's different about whether to talk about it or not. That could be why he's hesitating.
So I have a question for the men in the room. Do you know where your girlfriend, spouse, whoever in your life would want to remove their hair? Do you?
Yeah.
Women in the room, do you think your husband knows where you want to remove your hair?
No.
So the women are saying not so much, some yes, some no. But that is a question that you could go either way with, because I don't know if my husband would know where I want to remove the hair. It's just something that's always done, you know? It's not something that we really talk about.
That's my favorite response.
And so,
Doesn't even have any hair.
but she's doing a really good job of actually digging with him. What Roxy's good at is probing. And you can't really give them the answer to that question of does it work? How is she going to tell him this works for what this guy needs if she doesn't find out what this guy needs?
Yeah, she's just.
And also
focusing
too,
on
the
what-
probing section is to get comfortable with your caller, to get to know them. I mean, yeah, you're trying to figure out their need, but it's also there to build that comfortability so that they will disclose throughout the call what's going on.
Right. So start to listen to those little signs they're giving you, just subtle little things that make the things that are going to make you a Neo at some point are being able to recognize those signs and not be scared of them. Just see them for what they really are and slam it with what you need to give them to overcome a hesitation, a flat voice, a withdrawal, a pushy price clicker. Just recognize those things and learn how to give them what they need because you can actually see them coming. So let's give a few more minutes because she's probing with this guy really well. Let's give her a few more minutes.
I don't see any hair on her facial, but I mean.
How old is she?
44?
Well, she only lives alone. So that's pretty old, and she can use this anywhere, arms, legs, bikini, wherever she wants to. Does she use a professional treatment right now?
No. So I see, you said,
Great probing questions. Are those in the script?
No.
She's going the extra mile right here because she's talking to a guy about his wife. And sometimes when a person is not readily forthcoming with information, like he's a little bit hesitant to give, she's going to help him out and give him suggestions. It's kind of like when a person hesitates over the color. Oh, my favorite's pink. You're going to love it. It's the most popular. Okay, send me the pink. All they need is a little push. They just need a little confidence.
I think it's so.
You think it's a sale?
He's already got him asking 5 questions.
Is this a sale, Jared?
Nope.
Oh,
She-
oh man.
She was asking
yeah.
about.
Hold on. No, this is the. Crap, that's the next call, Cody.
Cody, move over here.
Yeah, this one is.
Trying to be.
This one's a no sale.
She was
Dude, why you
asking
putting the
about
next
his
call up,
wife.
dude?
She wasn't-
I'm just being on
Okay,
top of it.
yeah, that one wasn't. She wasn't
She
able
was
to.
asking about his wife. She wasn't asking
It's
why
good. We'll just
she
skip
wanted
the
it
next
from her.
one. It's all good.
Yeah, because Becky always trains us. It's not about her need, it's about his need.
About him being our hero.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something I'm still working on.
That's a really cool thing to say to a guy who's talking about getting it for his sweetheart.
Sometimes it comes back on you though, one day she says, wouldn't it be great when she has all that extra time to pamper you? I hate the bitch.
He must have trusted you enough to laugh.
I think start flirting back with you. You're like, okay.
I said, well, okay, then you won't have to hear her complain because she'll be really using her no-no.
That's a great one.
Good one.
That was a good
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna skip the sale and we'll move to an unknown one. I turned the screen so Cody can't see.
Thank you for choosing Roxy. So that I can let her help you parents can speaking with this morning.
well, nice to meet you.
Well, James, how are you doing?
Okay.
Well, I got a chance to watch our commercial. I just had a show.
Yeah, I saw the commercial, but that was great. What it cost?
Well, I'm just sure what I think that's why we give that call so we can talk to him, see what it is you want.
Okay,
And,
how much is it?
and get one of the best deal. There's a happy sale already special today, so let me pull that up and
Yes, I wasn't.
Didn't she talk about his wrong name? Didn't he say his name was Darcy Taylor?
I thought it
And
was
she
Josh
said-
E. Taylor.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
Josh E. Taylor too.
I think it was is it Josh E. Taylor, John C. Taylor? If you're not sure,
Some of course.
you know, but there's a couple things in this one that you guys probably noticed, because we all do things here and there. What did you notice that you would have changed on that call? That you could have changed or not?
Awesome, you'll love this. Scoot away from why he wanted to, or just forget about the price, just get back to why he just called because he wants to be all smooth.
She's trying.
Yeah, but acknowledge specifically that she will get him the price.
And well, and did he ask the price more than once?
Yes.
What happened the second time he asked the price?
She said, I'll bring up and see what specials or something like that.
No, that was the first time.
That was the first time. The second time she didn't really acknowledge.
She was still
how
talking.
she
She finished her sentence.
Well, also, she's already preloading him with, are you sick of shaving? So there's a little.
But notice how he didn't hear that. No, he
Yeah.
didn't hear it at all. He didn't hear what she said because his mind's still focused on
Yeah.
his question. Like if you play it back, you can tell he didn't hear it.
Can we listen to it again?
Sure. So listen this time and ask yourself if we're really building a trust with him, or if he's prejudging us, what's he thinking about what we're saying, if he's thinking about whether we're listening or not.
Okay. Well, got a chance to watch our commercial or just have a show? I've seen a commercial, but don't know the price of what it costs. I'm not sure what I think that's why we give that call so we can talk to him, see what it is you want. How much is it? I don't want to bust down. Did you happen to see a special today?
Stop it at the same place. Did you see anything that you would change or do different right
She's
there?
talking over him, not giving him a chance to answer.
Well, I
Well,
think
she went too
thought
far.
she
She
was
could have said, I can help you with that, and
acknowledging
stopped right there for a second. Let him respond.
Right, but are we all perfect on the phones?
No.
Because Roxy's really good and her conversion is really good. But this is just one of our off moments, which we all have. But if you listen to these things and recognize that he is not feeling heard.
Yeah.
He is not feeling like we heard him. Or if you don't feel heard, what happened? What's the next assumption that we make if we're judging? If they're judging us, what's the next assumption that they make if they don't feel heard?
The person I'm talking to is stupid.
That you don't care.
That you don't care.
They don't care,
That's the
and then their
big
mind
thing.
goes right back to the reason I called, which was
Yeah.
right now the price.
Right.
Roxy has a habit of telling them what they're gonna think or what they saw or what they did, rather than casting those wide net questions. And it's the one thing that she struggles with all the time. Did you see the show? Did you see the show? It's instead of saying, so you saw the show, you ready to quit shaving? Or which one of our beauty products are you calling about? She puts that into their head without getting them to talk.
And we all have those things, because my big thing I really do, I gotta stop interrupting. That's what I do on my calls. So I can hear a little bit of that going on, and it makes me realize when I interrupt the caller, they don't feel like I care about them. So I really have to work on that. Okay, so was that a sell?
No, was not a sale.
Did we see that coming? But was it really the guy? Because he called up, he called in saying Josh C. Taylor, and he called up just engaged with
He
her.
had
But
lots of energy.
he did. He was engaged. But if we recognize the signs right in the beginning, and we turn a person that's going down this path, and we just slightly turn them back in our corner, we're not forcing them down the garden path. We're not prodding them with a cattle prod. That's not what we're doing here. We're taking them by the hand, and we're making this journey seem appealing, so they want to go. And that's what all these little things you're learning are gonna do.
I think sometimes on a caller like that, it's really easy to prejudge. Number one, he doesn't sound like he has any teeth. I mean, that sounds horrible, but you can understand him, honey, and he was kind of slurring his words a little bit, and so a lot of times it's easy to prejudge that caller knows wrong.
Right, and it is very wrong. This guy very well might call back in order, but one more thing that you can do is you can pick up right in the first few seconds of the call the type of personality you're dealing with. What is it called when we actually recognize the type of personality we have? Like this guy, Josh C. Taylor. I just saw the show and I just wondered what the price is. What kind of personality is that?
He sounds like he has a very nice groomed lawn.
Yeah, he's aggressive. He knows what he wants.
Yeah.
I thought he sat on a porch with a shotgun.
Yeah, me too. Me too with the couch.
Cowboy.
But if we're actually gonna get a lot out of this, where we actually get a little more mileage out of the tools that we're learning, what do we do with this guy?
Make friends with him.
You can turn around, yeah.
There's actually a term that we call when we actually recognize the person that you're dealing with. It's mirroring. So does he want us to be just really slow and soft and sweet with him?
Straight to the point.
Not so much. He wants us to get to it. He wants to, he actually kind of acts like he demands respect, like, hear me. So he wants to be
He
heard.
could have been a retired Navy person.
That's what I got, is that he acts like he wants to be heard, he wants respect, and he wants you to give him what he's asking for. So let's do it. Let's just give him what we want first before we give him what he's asking for, and make him think that that's what he asked for. Okay.
Thank you for tuning in, Miss Kinley. May I have your first name so I can better serve you?
My name's John.
Hi, John. How are you today?
Good.
Wonderful. Glad to hear that. And you have that answer for the
Yeah, my wife got something in the mail and she told me to call for this thing.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Sal.
She's very so chipper, yeah.
She does have a great intro voice.
I was thinking stuff. Just calling because he's taking orders to say, I was told to call in and get this, so here we are.
Yeah, sounds like Mo called her.
So her voice was great, her intro's great, she's very chipper, she sounds excited. Do you sense that she cares in her voice?
Yeah.
She does, and he is he responding to her?
Yes.
Can you hear him responding? Let's listen a little bit longer.
Okay, that is something we're interested in. So about 90% of callers are women who want to get rid of facial hair. Is that going to be the same for your wife?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, perfect. And what is she using right now to get rid of the hair?
Don't know. Don't think she's using anything. I mean,
That's
Okay, so what she's doing is probably she's
Okay, so we're still saying it's a sale? No? What makes you say no?
She's not addressing his need
Right.
much. She's just kind of pushing through the script in a way.
I think it could still be a sale because she was just trying to give an
Yeah.
idea,
It
but
possibly could, but I
she,
don't know.
wife had him called, so.
Yeah, but
So the better probing question would have been, why did your wife have you call for this?
yeah,
Good,
yeah,
that's
stuff
good.
like that. Like, what
Cut
have you
to the
seen your
chase.
wife deal with?
Probably gets exploited news.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
because the husband is not involved in it. He's like, I don't care, I just want to know the price, just give it to me. I don't care.
Why she told me to do it.
Well,
Okay.
I think it's gonna be the opposite. I think that when he gets the price, he's gonna say, I have got to talk to her, she doesn't have a clue, it's not that, it's that.
Right.
Yeah, it sounds like he might not recognize the value.
There's not a need for him.
So we're judging this call. We don't have a whole lot of information now, right? We're still judging this call, and we've actually been able to listen to it from an observer's point of view, and we're still having a hard time deciding sell or no sell, right?
Well, and there's no point in him and just not just pointing at his wife.
What could she do? What could she do
Like
right
say,
there?
Oh my God, you can be his hero.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Did she ask you to call? Is this her birthday? Is
Why
it a
that question?
surprise? Does she know you're gonna get it for her? What a cool guy.
A lot of the times, I think when you're probing and you ask a question and they respond to it like that, and both of you know that you didn't get the answer that you were actually looking for, to just skip over it, you're deflating your credibility as a person.
Right,
So
but
going back and reviewing like Becky's question right there, like you didn't get the answer you want, so ask it differently and engage him in the buying experience.
So if you're actually a really good sales agent and you've taken a lot of calls and you're getting really good, this is where you cross the line to where you're just making it happen and to where you jump into I'm really good status. You recognize right there where the question almost made him disengage a little because he didn't know the answer. It's not a bad question that she asked. It's not. It's good. It gave her a little piece of information, and now, being the Neo that she really is, she's really good on the phones. Being that kind of person, she recognized that this is what it did, and it gives her just a nudge in the right direction to say, oh, I've got to make this about him. Because he doesn't even know what she wants. So that's where it just gives her a little piece of information. It was not a bad question that she asked at all. Okay, so was this a sale or a no sale?
Sale.
Good for her.
Are we going to listen to more
Do you want to?
calls? Well, part of, I think, my frustration is sometimes it's zen and then other times it's not, and hearing a variety of that whole conversation.
We'll listen to the next one a little further through.
Okay.
Thank you for choosing Lotto. My name is Kaylee. May I have your first name so I can better serve you?
Yes, my name is Loretta.
Loretta, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
Great, glad to hear that. And did you just get done watching our commercial, Loretta?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So about 90% of our callers.
She didn't ask the price. She wasn't a price clicker.
She's
Is she a
still
sale?
I'm gonna go with no on that. Betsy from Georgia.
I think she's bored and just calling it cost.
Oh, you think so?
I say no.
Yeah.
I'm saying no, Salem.
I don't know, can we listen to it one more time?
I think we're gonna listen to it a little further. We're gonna keep going with it. But do you see what I'm saying here about how we just can't judge them? How many times have we been wrong?
I'm wrong all the
Yeah.
time on Rosetta's phone.
But
The first 30 seconds, it's like, okay, you gotta go through the motions, because someone's gonna listen to the call, and you gotta be doing what you're doing. And at the end, they're just like, Visa. And you're like, oh, wait a minute.
So we basically just need to take control of it and make it purposeful how we go through the calls. Make it purposeful in that you actually start to pick up on the nuances in their voice and the things that they're saying, and notice when they're drawing away. Notice when you're pulling them in. Notice what questions, and each time you do this, you're going to get better and better. Rosetta, no, doesn't matter what it is. Each time you start to recognize the little signs of them pulling away or pulling in, because that's where you can start. It's that simple. Did that question I just asked disengage them even just a hair, or did it engage them even more? Because it's always doing one or the other. We're never just status quo. It's either going backwards or it's going forward. What did you just do? Each step you take in this sale. So we've listened to the first part where we're introducing ourselves. Kaylee is great. Roxy's great. Alan's great. My introduction is
Great.
always the same way. I don't have a problem there. But where we run into problems is when we don't start to recognize them right in the beginning of the call, and they start to disengage before we ever start to ask them probing questions. And then when we go to give them value, we've already lost them. So the value doesn't mean as much if these little places in the call we've let them disengage. So if you just start to recognize that and keep them engaged with you, then when you do give them the value, by the time you give them the price and you close, you have them with you. Or if you have to rebut, they'll stay with you. How many times have you guys not even been able to rebut? Because we can't call them back. How many times have you not been able to rebut? Because you're talking to yourself, they hung up already.
Right.
Happens a lot, happens to me. And then I have to ask myself, gosh, they were not engaged enough. They didn't even give me the courtesy of saying goodbye. Because somewhere along the line, we disengaged. They disengaged from me.
That's a good way of thinking.
So if they're prejudging me, they're like, this person is driving me crazy. I'm done with her. Look, Notice right away what you can do to fix that.
I kind of feel like when you get there and you get to a point and you say, so what card would Visa? And they'll say, just a minute, I have to go get it. And then they have you. I kind of feel like that's a victory because I feel like they just didn't dare say no.
Well,
Even though you can't do anything to fix it, but I felt like I still had them because.
You're right. I think that is kind of a victory because you already got their address and everything. But if they hung up right at the price, that wasn't a victory.
No, but if you got clear, they went to get. They said, "I'm gonna go get the credit card." Sometimes you can hear them hesitating. You can hear them kind of fiddling through their purse or whatever. They might even keep you for 4 or 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden they'll just hang up the phone.
I guarantee that in every 10 or 12 calls, there's at least one or two. There's at least one or two that if you would have tweaked a few things when they started to disengage, that you can turn them into sales. And that's going to make the difference in your conversion being 23 up to 26, 28, That's what's going to make the difference in bringing your short form or your insert conversion up. It's tweaking those things from the very beginning of the call and starting to recognize them. And then when you're asking probing questions, use the same things you're learning right here about recognizing when a question makes them pull back or when a question draws them in. Recognize those things, little teeny signs that they give you, even if it's just, I used to tell her that if you got all the way through a call and you haven't heard a response from them in 30 seconds, they're not with you anymore. If you've been doing all the talking, 30 seconds is really not that long. If you did all the talking and they didn't even say okay or or ask a question, are they engaged? So you better ask yourself, wow, I better stop. I better ask a question to pull them back in. I better do something to make them part of this conversation. Or all it is them with their eyes glazed over, rolling back in the back of their head, waiting for that magic thing, the price. And they didn't hear anything you said. So take yourself seriously when you're actually looking for these things and bring them in. Recognize that it's been 30 seconds and they haven't made a peep. And stop. Stop. Right where you are in the script. Ask a question.
One of the things I love about listening to Kaylee's calls is she draws people back with her tone and her pauses. So as you listen through more of this, you can see that she makes those pauses and you can hear her smiling through every one of these.
Yeah.
And where she has to lower her voice because her smile's like this big. You know, she has to pause and you can hear that in her voice.
I haven't actually had the opportunity to listen to Kaylee's calls until now when I was finding these. And I was really grateful for somebody letting me do that because she's a treat to listen to.
Yeah,
she is
really
great. Okay, let's go a little bit further with her.
Women who are wanting to get rid of facial hair, is that going to be the same for you? Yes. Okay, perfect. And what are you using right now to get rid of the facial hair?
I'm just pulling with tweezers.
All right, perfect. So you're going to pluck them out individually with the tweezers there, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, shoot, that could be a painful first.
That was a maximized response.
That was a really good maximized response.
And it wasn't too much. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think when we maximize our response, they get scripted and they sound really fake and buttery. That was.
Did she?
No.
She did a really good job. It wasn't too over the top. She also acknowledged that she heard and repeated it, besides got excited.
And she made it positive.
Yeah.
It's like, I hear people on the phones that sound like they're going to a funeral. Oh, you use tweezers. Oh,
She's talking about me.
Yeah, it's like, that turns people off completely.
So Stephanie, did this give you an idea of really what you wanted to?
I'm doing better.
Good.
After having training with Becky, but yeah, she told me I was depressed.
See how
Yeah,
great that
hers is
sounded though, how she responded there?
Yeah.
So yeah, take little
That's awesome.
pieces of people that you hear that work really well and apply them into your calls.
Yeah, where she says perfect and then pauses.
We should get this on the dashboard.
It doesn't sound like she's scripting anything. She's like, okay, perfect. Where do I go next?
And
it draws the person right back in again.
she has a really good pace
Yeah.
through her calls.
It's time consuming. So now I want something a lot easier and pain-free. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. The great thing about this wallet is it's completely pain-free. No $1 using it. It's also 100% safe and it works on absolutely anybody. But the best thing about it is it's a professional treatment. So every time that you use it, it's going to be removing that hair off the face for you, as well as making it come back slower and slower, as well as thinner and finer. Okay? So you're going to notice you spend less time rubbing the hair, more time just enjoying your beautiful smooth skin. I know myself, I absolutely love mine. I've used it, been using it for about 6 months now. I used it more consistently in the beginning. It's been over a month since I've even had to touch mine. So we're really going to see results last, okay? Perfect.
She's really good.
The ladies,
It's like a real conversation.
She's like,
Well, one thing, her just saying everybody, I think is almost too broad. I mean, I personally, especially if they sound like they might have a little bit of color in their voice, I like to point out every hair and skin type. I mean, because everybody is, like I say, a very broad spectrum. So it almost sounds like, oh, we're just saying everybody can use this, you know.
Well,
everybody can.
that's a good point.
Yeah. Social proof.
Yeah, I think she's doing a really good job.
I think she's personal. It's not generic.
Well, I want to point out one thing to listen to. She's actually, this is almost word for word what's on the script, other than her things like perfect, her interjections. Does she sound like she's reading the script?
No.
So what do you think she's doing that makes it feel like she's talking and having a conversation rather than reading the
She's
script.
tying her need into the script, and she's giving the need, the product, and her value for her need.
But
It's the pauses and the pace.
Right, the pace,
She's saying it
it's
like
every
you're
moment, the tone.
you guys are all right. The inflections that she puts in it, she is not monotone. She gets excited. She just has a normal conversation.
Proper punctuation.
She does. And she speaks at an even moderate pace, which is a big deal. So these are things to pick up on that she's doing that we can all work on putting in our own calls that are going to make you a lot better.
And so how our offer works today, Loretta, is we send the Oral Pro out so you can try it out for 60 days. Now, so today's the 4th of July today, you are going to be getting a free starter kit like you probably saw on the commercial. And the reason I give you the 60 days is because after using it faithfully, over the first few weeks and as time goes on, you're going to notice that you're using it less and less often. So you can order the Oral Pro for 3 monthly payments of $96.65 at our discounted price today. And watching our show, did you see the part about our 60-day triple guarantee? Okay, so how that works is if you use your animal for a minimum of 4.
Did you catch anything right there in her voice?
Lady sounds like she's getting a little bit bored.
Yeah.
You heard her a little bit dismiss herself right there, huh? Is it you think because she just got the price and now she's just like, oh. But did you hear her response right there? She's still with her.
Yeah.
Because she's done a good job of keeping her with her. But did you hear a little bit right there of disengage?
You hear that every time.
Not every time. But that just it's not a bad thing. If she recognizes it and actually uses it to pick up the tone or to pull her back in or to give her more value, if she actually recognizes that when she said, yeah, I heard that. If you heard that and you actually caught that and what that meant, all that is a sign to give you the tools that you need to take control again and give her. She needs more value. She needs more reeling in. She's not there yet. So knowing that we barely heard that, do we still judge this a sale or a no sale?
I'm not gonna judge you.
But like, if she says, and she's in that part still reading the script, how would you personally, after you read the script, would you go back and after you read the red line, would you say, this is definitely gonna work for you, you're gonna see it? How would you respond?
I would. I'd get excited
Need
after that
value?
red lettering that you have to read. I'd get excited. And oh my heck, this is going to be the best thing you ever did.
So you get
Whatever,
more value like that.
I would just get excited again.
Okay.
And then bring her back in with a question, which
Oh,
is our
with a
closing right
question.
there anyways. That way you know if she's with you or not.
Okay.
45 days. If you're thrilled with the results, just call us before the 60 days ends. We'll refund your purchase price, the shipping you pay today, and we'll pay for the return shipping. That's because we guarantee it 100%. I know that you're going to want it. You're not going to have to worry about that. And what is your zip code? And I can see how much the shipping is.
23117.
23117. Okay.
So
So it looks like you are in Norwell, Virginia. Is that correct? Okay. Awesome. So it looks like the shipping there is just $14.95. The great thing about Virginia, we don't charge any sales tax there. So that's always a really nice bonus. Now you have the option between the pink or the electric blue or the chrome color. What color would you prefer?
The pink.
Pink, good choice. Love the pink one. We'll put that down. And what was your last name, Loretta?
David.
David. Okay, easy enough. And you're going to get a 1-year warranty with your no. What phone number would you like on file for the warranty?
1540 872.
Okay, we'll leave that off. And what is your address there in Mineral? Okay, perfect. Got that down then. Okay, and what color card would you like to use today, Loretta?
Card. Give you my card number for the shipping?
Yes, that's correct.
No card. I don't want to use no card.
Okay, so
Does she have a card?
Yeah.
There's a card.
Okay, so what's What happened?
These are my
She
favorite
lost her
calls.
trust somehow.
She's trying to get the cheapest deal to get that known to her so she can start using it without having to put as much money forward.
So what's the reason that when people back out like that? What's the reason?
We've
They
lost
still
them
don't know
somewhere.
if it's gonna work.
What didn't they get?
Value.
Value.
and more trust.
So I think she did a good job with the trust in there, but
In the
it was
end,
just
she
little
said,
pieces of it. You could just see it barely just good. When you're listening back, sometimes it's hard to get this on the phone, but you'll start to recognize it the more you do this and the more you actually look for it. You could see her sliding backward. Like I said, I could hear it in her voice when she said, mm-hmm. That's where you know, right there. That's where you know that you have to give her more.
I think that's where she lost it. And I do it too.
Well, she didn't really know she
didn't.
lost it though because
Right.
she gave her the address and she gave her this, but now she knows.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know this more than me, right? But, I mean, in my experience, I feel like I've experienced this more with Black people, because they're just trying to get it for free something. And so, that's why they'll give you, and it's not everybody, I'm not generalizing, I'm just saying I've experienced, like a white person will say, nope, not giving you my zip code, not gonna happen, you know? But, Black people really want smooth skin. And so they'll give you more information, hoping to get something out of it still. And so sometimes you can still get them with just that trial. So it's like knowing how much they're willing to give you so they can get the no-no.
Yeah.
But
Whether it's
I just
the
experienced
person that won't give you the zip code or whether it's the
Yeah.
person that gives you the zip code and the address and then gets to, nope, don't have a card I want to use.
right.
Whichever it is, they're still missing the same thing. They're still missing. And whether they needed large doses of value or just a little bit and it was good, you can't give them the real value they need in huge doses or small doses unless you know what they need. So you have to just go back and recognize now that, okay, she's missing some of this now, I forgot to put more in.
Can we listen to the rest?
Mm-hmm.
So I had one of these ladies yesterday, actually, it was kind of funny. So, it was the whole, I don't wanna do a credit card, I don't, this, that. Well, you know, the really cool part about that is that if you actually give like the confidence and the value at the same time, you're still gonna get a credit card. The only thing I had a reminder was, remember you called us, we didn't call you.
Yeah. So
And I
you,
told her that like 5 times, and guess what I got? I got a credit card and a one pay.
so she needed,
So
she
it
needed the
just- she needed
confidence to keep going
And
and the value that it was
the
worth it.
value at the same time.
Mhm.
So as long as you just flip it back around on them and remind them that they're the ones who called you, not us calling them.
What is something that we do to give our callers confidence?
I pay in type
Oh, and they love it.
And
Say that.
I pay in type B. It's like, on this call, we never found out why it was bothering her.
Yeah.
That's what I
We never dug deeper, and so we have no ammo to go back on.
I was thinking like when you hear the after the price, you read your 60-day guarantee, couldn't you insert, ask something about her need there, just to
Yeah.
You could, if
re-excite
you
her
heard
to
that and you're
cool
really
off.
good, you actually recognize the need for you to do that right there. And that's
tie
what,
back the need and value.
I guarantee Kayla will get there. She'll get to the point where she actually heard that nuance and that tone drop and she'll see that for what it really is. Because she's gonna be the kind of person that does that. But there is actually one specific thing that we do that gives a person confidence, and it's closing. Okay, if we don't ever close, they won't have the confidence. You closed again when you said, you called us, remember?
Yep.
You called us so you can trust the fact that we are going to give you this no-no, and that's all we're gonna do is give you a no-no. And so you gave her the confidence when you closed. That was a closing line when you said that.
And so yeah, I just looked around.
Okay, let's keep going and see how she gets this, what happens here.
Okay, so let's see if you wanted to say about using a card, Loretta.
When did we, what you could do when the truck bring it? Like, can you send it by truck or, and you get paid then for shipping?
No, it's just today is for the shipping, so you want to go ahead and say that using a card today, then, is that right? Okay, and I completely understand that, we just did the shipping today because I have a great special going where it's just shipping today and we push those payments out that it is for you, okay? So, today's just the $14.95 for the shipping and handling. And we did choose Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover.
No, I'm not interested in it. Okay.
Okay, so let's make it a hesitant, Loretta.
Okay, let's stop that for a minute.
She needs to remember that she called because she has facial hair.
Right,
She needs
and then, and Kaylee doesn't usually do this. She usually makes it all about the person and the value, and she's really good at that. But sometimes we get thrown for a loop. We all have our moments. But what happened here? When the person lost confidence, and then what happens?
I think she went straight to the $14.95.
It became about price, and it became about credit cards.
Make a deal.
What did it need to be about?
Smooth.
Right, and if we remember that's what the real thing is, because, okay, we've answered question 1 that they really wanted answered, and that's where she went, So, did she get question 2 answered? Not for her. We know it works. I could say, wow, this really works, but is that enough? Was that enough for her? No. So she didn't really get question 2 answered. Will it work for her? Will it give her, do whatever she wants it to do? And sometimes you have to actually ask, are you just not sure this is going to work for you? Is it really the price, or are you just not sure this is going to work for you? And all that does is give you a lead-in question to where you can start to do more.
Right.
You know, and you know what she's going to say? Oh yeah, I think it's great and all, but.
Yeah.
So what she's really saying is, no, I actually don't really think this is worth it to me, or it's going to work for me.
That's what I think that's what it usually is. So people don't really understand the value of. They think it's about the price. It's really not about the price.
Well, we do the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
How many times do we
I
think we are having a really good deal on this? Oh, this person's from New York. They have tax.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So, that's a big deal to us, but is it really to them? No, not really.
Right.
They know they.
I think they really want to know the value of it.
I have to tell you a story, and I'm going to tell on Jackie here. It was back when we were selling Rug Doctor a lot, and we were really, really just booming on it. Well, there's like 3 places that Rug Doctor doesn't have tax, and all they have to pay is $29.95.
Yes.
And otherwise, they were going to pay tax, and I mean, by the time it ended up being like $130, and this person only got like $29.95 to check it out and try it out. And Jackie's just selling away, and we're talking about it, and she's doing really good, and she's got the confidence because she knows that this person from Delaware doesn't have tax or, you know, or anything like that. And so in her mind, this is a really great deal. Right? Do you remember? And then this person doesn't buy it. It's like,
they tell you no, and
you're like, well,
but
what?
you don't have tax.
You don't have this $100 first payment like everyone else is. What's your problem? So was that a big deal to them? Did they really care about that?
They know they have tax.
So where was all the value?
In the Rug Doctor.
The value for Jackie was the fact that they didn't have tax. So the value was all in the money and the price and the fact that they didn't have tax. And it's changing your mindset that they don't know what the deal is, and they haven't called in before. You're giving a fresh look at what this is. It's not really going to be a big deal to these new callers coming in when they lower the price. They're not going to think it's a great deal when they lower the price here in a couple weeks, because they drop it $10, $20. We're all going to be going, wow, we're going to sell these like hotcakes. You guys are getting a special deal, and they're all going to be looking at us like, I don't care. And why is that? Because it's not about the price.
I know when people still call and they get that $79.99 deal, and I still know. I'm like, $96.65 versus $7.90. It's like I realized I had a big aha moment. I realized because we all talk about that, and I still go back and forth. But like I'm starting to realize more. Dude, they still don't think the price. It's still to them. It's like. They still don't see the value for even for $70.99, so it doesn't matter about the price.
So we actually look at those postcard calls or the deals where they're getting the $50 off, and we look at that as like, ooh, easy sale.
Yeah.
And why do we do that? Because in our minds, what's it about?
Right. And so we don't give them as much value as like we would in the other calls, so we lose them.
We've got to stop judging those things. We judge those the Targus ones that they're going to be an easier sale because we don't have to give value. We judge the callers by the way they say hello, by the way they ask the price, by the way they do all these things. Okay, is that?
You want me to play it again? Or?
What?
You want me to play it again?
No,
No.
that one wasn't a sale.
That was the last one.
That was the last one. Thank you, Jared. And so my point in this whole thing was to start to recognize all those little things and just really listen to them. Okay, I don't know if this helped anybody, but to me that was a big deal when I started recognizing the fact that I could pick up on whether they were staying with me or whether they were leaving. And then I could do more. And if you can't hear those things in your calls, and it doesn't matter what call you're taking, if you don't ever hear those things, if nobody ever points them out to you, you just keep going along and you just keep wondering, why am I not catching them? Or why did that person go away? They seem so, where did I lose it? You have to ask yourself, where did I lose it? And it's not one thing you did. It's a little thing here and there. It's not recognizing those signs. So just start paying attention to them. And can you chat while you're doing that? No, you cannot. You'll miss it. And a lot of times you'll miss it anyway until you get really good at listening. So that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to give you guys a chance to do that. I was going to I was going to play one of mine that I had to rebut and rebut and rebut, that I did so many things wrong on, that I listened to and realized I was interrupting the whole time. But the only thing I did right on that call was keep going and recognize that I did something wrong and work at giving it to them. Recognizing that I lost them because I interrupted, because they didn't think I cared because I interrupted, and I talked too fast through the call. I wasn't smooth like Kaylee was. And so when I finally got to the point where I closed and recognized that they weren't with me anymore. So I had to keep going and rebutting and just giving them the confidence. She ends up doing, she said, this is a conversation I had with Jackie, but she said no several times. She said no probably 5 or 6 times. And then I went back and listened to it, and I'm like, she didn't really say no. She gave me all of her excuses. She said, I need to think about it. She said, well, I'm not ready to do it. She said, I'll call you back. But she didn't really say no. She was just giving me excuses, which let me know that I had to work harder and that she was missing some serious components of the value.
That makes sense.
So can we listen to it?
If you want to.
Do you want to scrub it for us, Becky?
I was only going to go do this an hour, but basically, at the end of it, she says, I don't know how anybody can resist you. And all it was is because I finally slowed down and started getting nice and listening. And even then, I listened to it, I'm like, good grief, close already. You know? Because you don't see those things while you're on the call if you're not engaged, and I could tell I really wasn't that day. So the only reason I was going to play it for you guys is to show you that I am not perfect.
Is this where the law of averages comes? Is that what's really the law of average makes up like that because we're not perfect?
Do you want to enhance the law of averages though?
We want, yeah, I do.
Because I mean, I still got 50% junk calls.
Well, I mean,
today
that's a law of
luckily.
average. Yeah. I'm talking about the other stuff.
But if you want to increase your law of averages, get good at listening to those little signs and taking control of them. Get good at actually owning the call enough to purposefully make those tweaks to put it in your course so that you're running it and they aren't.
So it decreases, like, I mean, it makes you, I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
All right. Anyways, I appreciate you guys all coming.
Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you.
Thanks, that was really good.
Do you want to? I don't.
Oh, Jared took his computer. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Will you send it to Becky?
Yeah, I can send it to Becky. Jared took his computer, so I really can't, but. I'm here. I was there. I noticed that I had so many mistakes. Keep going and start to recognize that she just needs confidence. I just basically, sometimes when I don't know what to say, I say, let me ask you something. And they stop looking like, what is it, you know? Now, are you really looking for something that you just want to Are you really curious about this call, about what this was? Yeah. Are you really curious about this? Or do you really just want to shade it? Just ask a question like that. And when you don't know what to say, have something like, where my great secret is I always say, no, come just ask a question. And it gives me time to think of what I'm going to ask them, because I didn't know what that was yet. I just wanted to keep them from hanging out. Let me ask you one thing.
And then
like, yes. And then I'll say, are you really looking for
While they're
something?
still online, can I tell on you on something?
Yeah.
You guys, if you know that you blew it, say you know that you lost the call, everything, make sure that you hang up the call. Or you shoot yourself out in very angry words because it's still alive.
Yeah, Becky listened to one of mine one time where it was still in the recording and I'm like, because the person hung up on me or something
you know, like you're talking to yourself. Some people need to go back to grade school and learn phone manners.
Wait a minute, so when it goes orange and you're rapping.
So the yellow
Oh, yeah, so that just lady the other day, she just kept saying, every time I went into her next cell, she said, you just cancel this order right now.
Yeah, I wait till it goes orange before I go.
I'm so mad at her.
That's real right there. I've been there too.
Yeah.
My granddaughter just listens to me.
So
I'll send that off again.
I have a question for you. My granddaughter, if I send you my calls, so then I'm to go work.
Send me some that you actually organize a few things. Send them to me and my children.
Well, that's good, just, I kind of think as a, I get it, I really do, and I can see a lot of things, but there's just.
We all get it and we all know what to do. It's just like
So, thank you. No, because Tanya and I were there, but the other one is babysitting, and I asked her, I said, are you okay if you? My other granddaughter fell off the four-wheeler yesterday.
I know, but still,
But it's still
experience.
Yeah, no, I appreciate this, that actually made me realize how much I do that.
So,
I'm not thinking about judging.
Yeah.
So the 12-year-old is watching the others.
It really just jumps.
And
Oh, yeah.
When you start learning to see those things,
oh, I've got something to show that first. I was worried.
Yeah. Instead of taking it as like, oh no, then you go to a reactive mode instead of.
it's not an oh no, it's just like a tool.
I do? I don't think I do, but I do. So, okay, so do I just copy them and then put them in the email? I don't know how to let you. Yeah, I don't know how to let
So I
you.
think you have to record it and then send the recording to me.
So like download it on my computer and then copy it?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have that. I don't think, I don't know.
She's gotta record it.
I can download it onto my laptop and then just hit it as a.
Well, I thought you had that before. You can't go listen to my calls, she can't, you know, because I can't just go click on it, say, like, you send the number, and I can't see it.
Okay. So I'll download it and then send it to you. I'm getting better and I can. Okay. I noticed it the other day, honestly. I ramped during Christmas, easy peasy. And then after Christmas, I went.
We all went through that.
It was not just you, I
It was
promise.
horrible.
Well, now,
we all
now
thought we
my
were
numbers,
broken,
my
didn't
numbers have actually just started coming up and coming up and coming up and coming up and actually I've got, who do you email to find out if there's something wrong with your score?
Scores app.
Scores?
I think that what happened,
That is
Christmas,
Aaron
it was so easy to sell.
Aaron and Justin.
Everybody was just buyers, we didn't have to really sell at Christmas because they were buyers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we didn't have to work so hard, so we became.
All we had to do was work.
Yeah.
Well, and see, and so like, and well, see, that's when I started. That's when I started. So I was like, it was like totally.
So you thought, oh, this is easy, I got this.
Right. And so then when
So
it
glad
went
to know
down,
that you're here and like,
I know, right? So then when I went down, I'm like,
oh, it was.
and so then I started doing the calls. I started doing this. I started doing that. Ashley and Becky worked together numerous times. And she's like, you are so good, but you gotta do this. And you gotta do this. And I'm like,
And now you have to do it on purpose.
okay. Well, I'm trying.
At Christmas, we could make a lot of mistakes and do well anyway.
And so now, I mean, I'm actually started bringing everything up, and my numbers have like doubled, and my commissions have like doubled, tripled.
And that's a good thing.
And so I know that it's going up, but I know that there's just something. And you pick
sometimes
calls
it's
apart.
recognizing
You
what
pick
your
calls
thing
apart
is.
really great.
Thank you.
I do too. When it's somebody else.
It's easy to, or when it's
When it's me, but I'm also that person that says, yeah, no matter what call I do, it never sounds good.
You don't like your own voice, but I don't like my own voice either.
Never sounds good. Well, I'm saying thank you because I don't
We
think
all-
it
I
is.
think we all kind of feel that way about our own voices. But the thing is recognizing what your thing is. Like I'm serious. Talking too fast and interrupting was me.
I've noticed I do that a lot too. Like, or I'm talking and they'll cut me off and I just, and I didn't hear them or something, and I
And
kinda
so you just
keep going.
Yeah, I had to, that was serious enough for me that I have it posted on my computer that says stop interrupting.
Yeah, I'm working on that one. Okay, so I will get you some.
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
Okay.
Don't be totally mean to me.
No,
okay, but-
I'm not that
Thank
way.
you.
I'll just take a couple things that are your biggest things to work on. I'm not gonna bombard you with 45 things, I'm gonna pick my main things.
Okay, that would be wonderful.
And then once you get good at those main things, then you can take 2 more.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that'd be wonderful.
All right. I remember all the tears.
Thank you so much. Give me hugs.
But it's usually.
How you doing, Pumpkin? Good. You look nice. I like your red on pictures.
I brought them on my
I
phone.
like it. It brightens out your eyes.
Thank you.
Hey, guys. Are you working again?
No, I'm done. Thank heavens. I better find something.
Well, I was working until 3. Well, I was working, but I was at 3.
Yeah, you're having a hard time with that.
And then, yeah, I got off work.
Do you guys use take note?
And then,
I haven't taken no in a really long time. It just helps me to do any kind of training like this, you know? Like the pushing and weighting or
about 800.
What are your upsells doing?
Yeah, my upsells are almost to 10.
Well, man, I probably killed this guy in my protein call today. I couldn't get into
There's no reason. That's why I was trying to remember who I needed to email. Just because I'm thinking that if I can pick up the look into it, maybe, and then if it's not wrong, explain to me why it's not.
So far, huh?
Because and my sales are immensely. My upsells are really rocking. Just barely either under an 8 or right above it. Always. I do not go higher than 822.
Oh, I don't know. I just did some.
Yeah, but I don't. I don't take as many calls as anybody else. Like today I did. No, today I had like 13 crap calls.
Oh, I need to keep a little bit of
No, I took like 20 some. I sold 7.
Sold 9, I had 14 calls, sold 9 of them, I had 3 AAD referrals.
I sold 7 today. I had like 13 junk. And I had like, I wanna say, 6 notices. So it's kind of weird. But I'm just trying to kind of, I just come here to get a good. It's not that my numbers are wrong.
I'm gonna go to bed. I know it's early, but I'm really tired.
But that was probably.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah, yesterday I was
Better at Christmas.
You guys should have my car for a week.
I got 840 last night.
Yeah, I got some somewhere that's like.
I know I
this
want
part,
to.
this part. Did you take a long ride? No, it wasn't. It was kind of a fun day.
Not the original, they're just not there.
Yeah, especially if you travel. Yeah. So it's already. Either that.
I didn't get enough sleep for the last week.
You're back in Britain? And
It is that way. The thing is, it's like perfect right in the morning. And then it's somehow not right at night. Yeah. Like I did the car during the afternoon, bike during the morning, and later in the evening. I like riding. See what just starts to shut down a little bit. I like the morning for me is fine. Yeah, get out, especially right before sunrise. I like that where you get that right at 10. So you still feel much good to do in the nurses.
Hi, you.
Hey.
You don't even say hi to me anymore.
Sorry, I was talking.
No, you don't ever say hi.
You're not in your ear. It won't work.
There you go. How's that? How are you? How you just have to like snack. I just use my hand.
I might flood even with it.
Sometimes it catches.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, sometimes it catches. I use my knee, yeah, it's like, very accurate, so it eats it up. Home, everything you get at home and stuff. Yeah, like.
Yeah, my dad, did you ever get a lot of food?
I heard that there was,
Like, it could be.
Yeah, every 2 to 3 days. I can hear cancer everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, every time I come back. You'll follow up especially blood stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And see, if he has like, it's like baby, he has this, he has that.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think stuff anywhere close. He's fun.
Still hanging on.
Yeah.
How's the spirit?
You know what's found is that he flips. One minute it's just like, I'm doing great.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go drive. But he can't sleep.
I hope he gets feeling better. Is he in the hospital or is he?
No, we have him in a rehab home. That's yeah, I guess that's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And so he actually has to do something for himself.
Well, yeah, purpose makes it go up.
My other sister was like doing everything beforehand, so all he did was lay in bed.
Yeah.
And so all she did was scream and yell at him. And so now that he's with my other sister, she's a lot like me. And it's like, whatever, get up.
Yeah.
Do it for
Yeah,
yourself.
especially in situations like that when you have a purpose, and then that's when it helps.
Well, see, like we talked about it, I said, I still put people in. I said, here's a personal later. So if it's in the winter, we watch that kid. Get up and go out to the room and watch TV. And so, so she was people you're not doing it. I won't let you. And she looked at me, she goes, what? And I said, there's no but about making him get up to go to the movie. I said, you have an app, you have a box, send up, he can use that. If he wants to watch any other show, he can get up and do.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just, what? I said, there's really not much of a but there. And so she did it, and no crap, he was walking. And I was like, see? That's the point.
Yeah.
That's the last.
Oh, yeah, I hope he gets feeling better. Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been kind of difficult, but I've kind of prepared myself already.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're ever really.
You're not, but you can at least come to terms with it where it's like, okay, that's life, that's how things work.
Well, that's about where I'm at, I'm pretty prepared with it, I can talk about it now and I don't cry.
That's good.
Before, when it was all going on, anybody would ask me about, like, don't even ask me how to do it. They just start crying, I'm like, please don't talk to me. But now I can talk about it and it doesn't make me cry, I think that becomes pretty close to terms. I can't tell you that's how it's gonna be when it all happens.
Yeah, it's kind of how it is with my dad right now.
Is your dad sick too?
He's had like a triple bypass. He's on like his 5th year, and after the triple bypass,
Isn't that
valves are.
yeah, is it gastric?
No.
Or is it full open? Okay, yeah, because, I know that they can do the gastric bypass. And they can do stents and stuff in that way. That's why I was asking, is it the gastric or is it full? Oh, okay.
He's been on blood pressure medication before I was. So
oh, wow. Yeah, sounds like a.
I mean, he's still all right, but it's kind of where I'm at with it. Just like, you know, he's like 79.
Oh, okay, well, we're about the same,
Yeah.
same spot there.
Yeah.
So
So when
I'm
it's,
liking it.
just like you, like when he dies, I know it's gonna cause more of a reaction.
Yeah, I'm sure it will with me. I don't give it more than 6 months to a year, especially if they have cancer. If they have cancer, I really won't give it more.
Well, even the mental awareness because he has cancer, will do a lot too.
Well,
Speed it up.
well, there if you can, the cancer, you know, we had dormant cancer, but it wasn't active.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you can get cancer, hepatitis, or have colitis. And colitis can mess with your liver too. And so the colitis, they can give you medicine for it, and they can actually kind of reverse that. With the hepatitis, they can give you medicine for that and kind of reverse that. With cancer, there's not much they can do.
Which is at that age too.
Yeah, there's not much they can do with it. No, because cancer, and depending on where it's at, and this has all been going on for a while now. I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say at first.
Okay, so your mom I wasn't gonna say that. Okay. But yeah, we. So like, are you mentioning sometimes if there's something that's wrong, because I know there's lots of courses and lots of and lots of there's right. So something there's something you have to. I actually have to. That is so cool. That's so bad. So you are so like very much the reason I'm saying this is when I first got hired in, we were going and so I teach you that for our relationship, kind of we didn't grow up together. Yeah. Okay, does everybody drop out? We get started on. And this is Mary, but we're all enjoying everything. I'm on the other club.
Wait to see the now, that would be the thing you couldn't have. No, you agree that.
Hello, welcome to No No. My name is Cody. May I have your first name? Hi, Edith. How are you today? Glad to hear that. So, are you calling in from a TV show? So, you saw us in your AARP. Good, good. So, Edith, you. Oh, yeah, there's no need to be concerned. I'm definitely going to help you out with that, Edith. Now, which of our treatments were you looking at? Did you say it was for hair removal or was it one of our other? I know it. Well, what took you so long to call in? Okay. Well, Edith, we have several models of our No Pro, which is the newest series. Okay. So what I'm going to do is kind of help you do that. Does that sound fair? It does. Oh, okay, great. So Edith, why don't you tell me about the hair removal that you have going on? Oh, okay. So now, about 90% of the women that I talk to are dealing with some form of facial hair. Okay, what about the bikini? So, so which model is it that you're looking into? So weird. Yeah. It's not. I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna kind of go over, yeah, I'll go over it with you, we'll figure out the right one for you. So your main, are you only looking to remove body hair then, just your legs and underarms? And how do you normally deal with the hair right now? How often are you shaving? What kind of results are you looking for?
Let's just do this.
So what kind of results are you specifically looking for? Have you in mind? Right, I know exactly what you're talking about. So the no-no I'm going to recommend for you, Edith, for your hair on your legs and your underarms is called the No-No Pro 3. Okay. Now, when you use the No-No Pro 3, it will gently and easily remove the hair that you have on your underarms and on your legs. Okay, it won't leave you with any of the cuts, irritations, or ingrown hairs like you might be getting from shaving. Every time that you use the No-No, it actually sends a thermal pulse to each of those hairs. And Edith, that thermal pulse over time is going to slow down your hair's regrowth. I don't know if you knew that. This is going to give you the long-lasting professional results you're looking for. Oh, that's fine. How often do you shave right now? Once or twice a week. Okay, so with this, you build up results that last you weeks at a time, with no hair. I don't know if you knew that this did that. Were you aware of that? Oh, okay. Right, right. Which is nice, right?
Thank you so much for sharing.
And so Edith, we've helped about 5 million people now. This new No Pro is faster and even more powerful than any other model, so we know you're going to love it. You'll be able to get it. So basically our offer is designed to keep the secret. I'm going to read over the details of your offer. We'll give you all the information.
Hey, Trevor. Are you gonna make it?
What's wrong with the door?
You just have to be aggressive, dude. Like people who can't fucking open it.
Look, I put my whole foot up like this. That doesn't open it.
Let's try this again, now you go. Me and you. Come on, me and you.
You're resting.
What are we trying to do?
We're just gonna powwow, so we need a computer and privacy. Okay. See ya.
Let me know when you want.
Okay, where did we go? I'm right here. Okay. We're gonna use the conference room. I'm just grabbing my portable whiteboard.
Hello, thank you for choosing Save Money Millionaire. My name is Cody. Are you calling up your free book and appointment with specialist today? Matt, how are you? Let me get your last name. This call takes maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Does that sound okay? Awesome. Wonderful. Matt, let me get your zip code where you want your book sent to. Ellensburg, Washington, right? Perfect. And what's your street address? Lariat Lane. Spell that for me. Thank you. And the email address you want me to send your shipping confirmation to? I'm sorry, flying what? RAMCH. Okay, so flyingmranch@kvalley.com. Now, while I'm putting this into our system, the ad that you are responding to mentions several financial topics such as 401ks, taxes, potential double-digit returns. Which is your biggest frustration? Okay. Well, what are you most interested in learning about? Right. What aspects of what you heard were you most interested in? Now, typically, we find people are frustrated with losses in the stock market. They're worried about not having enough money for retirement, or a lot of people are looking for a safe way to grow their money. Are any of these concerns for you? Yeah. Okay. And so, is there any aspect of it you're most interested in? No. Okay, and as you probably heard in your ad, your free book comes with a free 20-minute appointment with a specialist. They're going to call you once you finish the book and go specific strategies for your situation. And I generally just set these up for about a week and a half to 2 weeks out, so you do have time to read the book first, take notes, get questions, and all that. Is there a day during the week that works best for you?
I think, you know, for customer service, they can troubleshoot, they can figure it out for you. You haven't been here, man. Okay, the phone number is
Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll set you up out as far as I can. I'll set you up for the 22nd on Tuesday. Okay, that's as far out as I can set your appointment and keep it free. If that now, there's gonna be a phone number with your phone. Okay, if that appointment doesn't, you find out that doesn't work for you, give us a call and reschedule. Okay. I can set it up from anywhere from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. your time zone. Is there a specific time you'd like me to put you down for? Only a killer you can call. 8 o'clock, did you say? Okay. What's your time zone there? Do you want my specialist to call you on the same phone number you called in on that? Okay. Do you mind if I ask for your age? My last question. Thank you. So Matt, this is a valuable opportunity for you to speak with one of our specialists. These guys have actually been trained by the authors of Save Money Millionaire. They're going to discuss a lot of concepts with you like market link CDs, life insurance, annuities, other retirement strategies. It'll be well worth your time. Like I said, if something comes up, please call us and let us know. We will reschedule you for another time. Otherwise, I'm first class shipping your book to you, and it should be there within just a couple of days. Read over it, take notes, and we'll be talking to you soon. Thank you, Matt. Have a great week. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for choosing Rosetta Stone Express. This call will be recorded for monitoring and quality purposes. Sorry, better served this call. At least I don't worry. And Lisa, what language are you from? Now, I need to always want to learn Spanish, or is it preferred to travel? Awesome. Okay. So with Rosetta Stone, basically, if you can think back when you were a kid, you learned your first language.
Oh, welcome to No. My name is Cody. May I have your first name?
That's what Rosetta Stone is. It's that same process.
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Yeah. The only difference is it's a lot more concentrated on the backstory.
Sorry. I was trying to ask you for your name. I'd be more than happy to help you out with anything that you need. Can I get your name first so I know who I'm speaking with?
That's why we're using that answer.
Sir, you sound pretty upset. Is there anything I can do to help you calm down?
Friends that use their alternatives. You absolutely will as well. So what we do is we send out so you can experience this firsthand. We surround you with all the tools to start speaking Spanish in just a couple of weeks. And you don't have to memorize your city, just how to do right. Let's say your first half-hour lesson. You'll learn more Spanish than most Russians. And the best part about it is you'll actually remember it, you'll be speaking the next day. And then let's say your first week, you'll be speaking in simple sentences. And then after one full month, you'll be able to have a basic conversation. So we know when we see how fast it is, how much fun you actually have learning the language, you just want to keep going. So you can own this right now. We'll break it up into 5 months. And each week is 3 months. You can save $2 or $3 on the rate price. It's our 4th of July special, but we're still having. Now, are you learning with anyone else? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, sure. Absolutely. We can get that to you. And then if you like that, you can just go back to the program. Oh, yeah. I understand, yeah. And you know, the really cool thing with this stuff, whenever you choose to buy it, we actually guarantee that if you use the program, you will see and hear yourself
one more time for me, please? Shirley, did I say it right that time? Great. Well, Shirley, how are you doing today? Good. I am doing just great, actually. Thank you so much for asking. Yeah. So Shirley, did you just see us on TV? Great. Pretty exciting stuff. Huh? So Shirley, tell me about the areas you'd like help removing hair from. What do you have going on? And then what is your and then make your okay, so he's got some so you're calling it for your husband, right? Great. So do you two have a spec the No Plus, that's an older model that we used to carry, and we've upgraded a couple times since then. We have the No Pro. Is that what you're asking about? The No Pro, yeah. This thing is gonna, yeah. See, your husband is gonna love what this does for him. Shirley, let me ask you: are you calling in because he has some kind of special occasion coming up, or are you just trying to surprise him? Oh wow, you're a keeper, not. He's gonna be happy with this. So he has hair on his chest, his face, and his underarm, right? Is he like embarrassed by this hair, or does it bother him in some way? Like it irritates him, his skin, and just he doesn't. Okay, so does he remove that hair at all? Do you know? He has a what? Oh, he has not in a while. Has it just become too much of a hassle for him? Okay, so it sounds like Shirley, you are just trying to get, you know he likes to have smooth skin, right? And you want to get him something to help him get that a lot easier, to kind of make him happy, right? That is awesome. Okay, well Shirley, I'm so excited that you got me on the phone, because I actually use one of these myself. And I love it. I know your husband's going to love it as well. When he uses, what's your husband's name, by the way? Ronnie. Ronnie? Ronnie. So when Ronnie uses this, Shirley, it is going to very gently and easily remove all of that hair that he doesn't like without leaving any cuts, irritations, or redness or anything. Now, every time he uses this, Shirley, the No actually sends a thermal pulse to each hair, which over time will dramatically slow down his hair's regrowth. Okay? What that means for you is that he is only going to need to use this once every couple of weeks, and he's just going to have that clean, smooth skin that he loves so much. He's going to be so happy. Now, Shirley, we've helped over 5 million people with No. So we know your husband's going to love this, and it's the brand new No Pro, just like you asked about. So we're going to let him see all of these results himself firsthand to make sure that what you're getting him is the best gift he's ever gotten. Okay. So Shirley, what I'm going to do is send this out there. I'm going to have your husband use it. I'm going to have Ronnie use it for 60 days. Okay, 2 full months. For the first couple weeks, all he needs to do is make sure that he uses it faithfully to take off all that unwanted hair. And the reason that we give him that 60 days, Shirley, is so he can get past those first couple weeks, and you and him can just see the smooth, sexy skin he's got underneath his hair. All right? Exactly. Now, we know when you guys do that, you're going to want to keep it. He's going to be very happy. So, Shirley, to own the No Pro 3, it is 3 monthly payments of $96.65. Okay. Now on the show, I don't know. I know we don't put the price on our advertisements, so I'm not sure what it is you saw. Yeah, and that is probably the free gifts that we're throwing in for you today. We're going to give you a bunch of free gifts. Did you see those on the show? So with your order smooth cream, and we're waiving the fee for your starter kit as well, which is $29.95. Okay. Now on that show, did you see the 60-day triple guarantee? Okay, this is my. Oh, it was nighttime and you were trying to not sleep so you could watch, get the number. Oh, wow, okay. Well, I'll tell you about the guarantee, Shirley, because it's my favorite part. We know, and you know, that your husband is gonna, that Ronnie is gonna love this, right? Now, if he uses this for 45 days, and he either decides that this treatment's not for him, or he just doesn't, you guys just don't want to keep it, all you need to do is call us back before that guarantee ends, okay? And we will refund the purchase price, the shipping, we'll even pay for the return shipping. The reality is, Shirley, Ronnie is going to love not having to worry about hair anymore, and we know that. Now, if you have any hair you want to remove, you go ahead and use this too. You'll love it as well, and we guarantee that 100%. Okay. So Shirley, today is just the first payment and the shipping. What is your zip code? I can tell you what that shipping comes out to. Thank you very much, Shirley. You're in Charlotte, North Carolina. Beautiful. How's the weather out there? Good. I did my state report on North Carolina when I was in like 5th grade. Yeah, kind of funny. That was a long time ago. Shirley, the no-no comes in pink or electric blue. You guys probably want the blue out there for your husband, right? He doesn't want the pink one. Now, what is your address there in Charlotte? I can ship this to. Okay, 2624 Remington Street in Charlotte, North Carolina. 283. Shirley, will you spell your last name for me, please? Thank you very much. How do you spell Shirley? Wonderful. Shirley, I am going to throw in a 1-year warranty for Ronnie for free. Okay. What phone number do you want on file for this? The same number you called in on? And what address is okay. I'll just put the same number. I have 980-207-3191. Okay. Now, Shirley, do you use email at all on a computer? You don't. Okay, that's not a problem. All right, this will work without it, so that's good. Shirley, would you like to pay with a Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover? And then your email address. Okay, whenever you have your card ready, just read off those numbers for me, Shirley. Now, are you calling for yourself or for? So I want to make sure we get you helpful information. So can you tell me a little bit about what you're struggling with? And how long have you been struggling? So my phone cut out just a little bit, Shirley. I apologize. Can you read that back to me just one more time? Can you try anything past the overcome this anxiety, depression? And do you feel that all of that coupled together that really healthy? 2142 is the last one, right? Okay, thank you, Shirley. Is it your name on the card or Lonnie's? Your name. Shirley, what is the expiration date on your card? And the fact that you didn't involve. As part of the program itself, the reason this is so successful is based on cognitive behavior. Yeah, take your time. Take as much time as you need, Shirley. I totally understand. They don't make those numbers very big, do they? No. do work with you one-on-one. You have our support, as far as the basics. And we need our help. Okay. With the program.
And this number is always hard to see, Shirley. On the back of your card, can you see that 3-digit number to the right of your signature box?
So we don't have someone worried about today. So what we do is we send this out. It takes a couple days.
Okay, thank you very much, Shirley. Is your billing address the same shipping address you gave me?
56 monthly payments. Okay. If you choose not.
Now, Shirley, a lot of my customers don't like the hassle of making separate payments. Okay. So if you prefer to just pay it all up front today, just get it over with, I'm able to give you a couple really great bonuses with this order. What I can do for you is, okay, just do it in one payment. Okay, then do the separate payments. Okay, we'll keep you on the separate payments then. Okay. Okay. Shirley, your order is all set up. There are a few really great promotions that we're running today. I'm going to go over these with you, and you just let me know if you want to take advantage of any of them, okay? Okay. Shirley, a lot of our customers want an extra no-no for a friend or loved one, for special occasions, Christmas, things like that. So today, we are featuring our Family and Friends program that allows me to give you an additional unit for just $214.95. This includes the complete package that we covered with your original unit, and it also comes with the same 60-day triple guarantee. Would you like to purchase an additional unit for a friend or loved one today? Okay, very good. Shirley, eventually, Ronnie will need to replace the tips on the no-no. Every so often, they start to break down and just become less effective. And so what I can do for you, Shirley, so he has all the tips he needs for quite a while, is include 4 additional tips, 2 additional buffer pads, and a bottle of skincare. Let me ask you, Shirley, does Ronnie use moisturizers or things for his face? He does, okay. So what I'll do is include a bottle of our Neola Day Therapy for him, which is an amazing moisturizer, and it's a moisturizer and a sunscreen for his face. Now I'm able to take 50% off this package for you today, so that it only adds $16.65 per payment, and there's no extra shipping, and it's covered with the guarantee. I'll put those tips in for you so he has all of them that he needs, all right? You're very welcome. Now, our last promotion, Shirley, is something that I think you might be kind of excited about. It's a brand new product that we're introducing called the No-No Glow. Okay? It's not out yet, but we're doing a pre-release discount for our No-No hair customers right now. The No-No Glow, Shirley, is an FDA-cleared medical device that you use to treat your face, the skin on your face. It's very simple to use, and it's very easy to work into your daily beauty regimen. And what this is clinically proven to do is improve your skin's texture and tone, and to correct the visible signs of DNA damage, including fine lines, wrinkles, and discolorations. It just basically gives you a facial every day and just helps your skin just really start to look amazing. Now, normally this would cost about $300, but today, with your special offer, before it even comes out, you and your husband can get the No-No Glow, Shirley, for just 3 payments of $66.33, and that comes backed up with the same guarantee and free shipping. It comes in purple, silver, and red. Personally, I think the purple looks best. Which color would you and your husband like to try? Oh, this is another treatment that we offer that's designed to help improve your skin. Are you interested, or do you two use anything to improve your skin? Like the look of your skin? You don't. You already got it. Okay, very good. So Shirley, I'm just going to read over the details of everything with you, okay? And if you have any questions questions while I go through this, please feel free to let me know, okay? Oh, you know what, I did forget to mention one thing. Our shipping time right now is about 2 to 3 weeks, okay? If you're really, if you're in a hurry to get this out there to Ronnie, I can get it out to you within 5 to 7 days for just an additional $12.95. Would you like me to rush this out there so you can start using this a little sooner? No, it's right now because of the big holiday. It's about 2 weeks to get out to you, but it's coming out of Georgia, so it shouldn't take really long. But I'm just saying, if you're in a hurry, we can get it out to you a little more quickly if you like. Okay, sounds good. So Shirley, I'm sending out the Noto Pro 3 electric glue for you today for Ronnie, okay? And I'm going to include everything I can for free, including all the free gifts and all that stuff. And I'm going to include that package of tips, buffer pads, and skincare as well, so that he has everything he needs. And I'm going to do that all at 50% off. Okay. You're welcome. So we're going to charge your card today $128.25 under the company name Noto. And you'll have each additional payment of $113.30, which will be charged in 30 days increments thereafter. Now your package, like I said, will arrive within 2 weeks. Okay? And that 60-day guarantee will start from the day that you receive it for Ronnie to use it and really make sure he loves it. And you too. Are you planning on using this too? Awesome. Both of you guys will use it. Now, if at any time you two want to return this and receive a refund, you just need to call our customer service department to get returned. Are you taking notes, Shirley? Do you want to write that phone number down? Let me know when you're ready, okay?
Because I was hoping that it was intended.
The customer service phone number is 1-888.
And are you calling for yourself?
8, exactly. 525.
No, I can put my hair on your legs, facial hair, or
7580. Exactly. Now that department is open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
No,
Actually, your time is over 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. And remember, Shirley, if you use this, or if you and Ronnie use this for 45 days, and you two are not satisfied within that guaranteed time frame, we will also refund your shipping and we'll pay for the return shipping as well. We back it up on that. Now, $525. 7580, exactly. Yeah, if you want to read it back to me one more time, just to make sure we got it right.
it really does. The cool thing about that is, we say that the number for 60 days. This is to make sure that you absolutely love it. But we let the network weeks use the faithfully so that they change so you can actually see the result for yourself. The number comes with all the free gifts, free start kit, stuff, and then basically the reason we give 60 days is so you can use them faithfully for the first couple of weeks. And then
okay.
Beyond that, once it's safe, but you can help them with the program, which is 3 monthly payments, and each payment is $96. And then do you know about this?
Yeah, let me give it back to you one more time. Let's start over, okay? Cross that one out, because I think we got a little confused there. I'm going to give it to you one number at a time, okay? 888. 5. Yep, 3 8s, and then 5, 2,
So you don't lose out. But the
5,
reality is
7,
so today would just be the first pick
5,
plus the shipment.
8, 0. You want to read that? Exactly, we did. Good job. So Shirley, your order to be processed, I do want to give you one tip so that you and Ronnie are getting the best possible results from day one, okay? Your no-no comes with a user manual, it also comes with a DVD, okay? So either read over the user manual or watch the DVD before you start using it, and use it as often as we recommend for those first couple weeks, okay?
And make it your last name.
What that is that's the starter kit. I threw it for free for you. It was $29.95, and I also threw in a bunch of other free stuff for you too, Shirley, so that you and your husband just have everything you need to really get the best results. Okay. Now, if you need anything at all you need to do is call that phone number I gave you, and it will help you out with any questions that you have. Okay. Otherwise, thank you for your order, and you and your husband enjoy the results that you get. Okay? Thank you, Shirley. Bye.
And then you're gonna receive the order confirmation and special updates on price. You take your email, keep that confidential. Okay, thanks. Yeah, and the one that you picked is one carbon. But it goes down and up. Let's say you have bigger areas, certain areas than others. It goes up. So, yeah. Okay, and then we'll pick a red first. Go ahead. And the expiration date. Okay, and the 3 numbers. And then on the Farley part, is it your first name Jackie and then just your last name, or is there? for additional tips or welcome packs, you can always call our customer service. And we can get you that phone number here in a second. Now, we do recommend having an extra set of pins, especially at the beginning of the stores. I can send you two of their own pins, and that's one for facial care, and then two of them line. Yeah. Also, with large bucket pads, small bucket pads, we have a particular favorite for girls. And this actually one the it's called our silk shear 2.0. It's a prospect and it's structure. So it does a lot more than just protect your skin and correct normally we sell this kit for $100, but we get it to you for $49.95. And there's no additional shipping. So you're saving $45 two days saving shipping. And then with your purchase, we can also enroll you into our professional program. And this will make sure that you have run out of that stuff here as long as you don't have to pay full price. So in 60 days and every 60 days thereafter, we should give that supply of that stuff here. And to charge the same card that you're using today. It would just be two. The silk shear, it's just it's for your face. It's not only will protect your skin, but it's 5 times so it's a prospect. And that again, just if you don't want to be enrolled in the reflection program, that's okay. We can just do monthly that thing, and then other than that, have you heard of this is actually one of our new beauty secrets FDA cleared device. The none was using the same technology for these all multi-plastic surgeons, senior professionals all around the world. It's really they kind of like to get it there, and it's compact. We also do our so you use the two of these together. It's not it's treated so really it improves this texture. It'll improve but a lot of our customers use this. They see improvement in skin too. So you use now. You just push one button and it's followed by the soothing serum. So you treat your face in minutes and then normally we sell for about $275. But we have an introductory price where it's just an additional one. Especially for companies that use their own self and you have bigger $60. Okay, so other than that, for your protection check, you have to watch my software team, and then I answer the question. So I'm sending out the and we're going to charge your card 3 cents.
Alright, chat to them, I guess. We'll find out.
That'll be open that day.
If we don't mind.
However, at any time during the 60 days, website I was talking about, that we have instructional videos, we always look at them. And this is our way of providing 24 hours support, so it's just making sure you get the information. So the website address is how to Well, thank you so much for your work, and you guys are excellent. And you have a great rest of your day, okay? Welcome to No No, my name is Chris. So I better start with my folks. Oh, okay, yeah. We have a few different models, so it will depend on that. Would this be for you or for someone else? Okay, let me, now, and just so you know, the different models, they all work the same way, generally. So that stays the same. Groups that say that you can actually do a lot more than so they're also good for results that so I can use that system. But as far as the Novo Pro, set it up for 60 days, it'll be a free start to all 3 days. And basically the reason we have the 60 days is so you can use that for that first few weeks. And then as the time goes on, you'll use less and less. So you actually see it. So you can only have a pro for 3 months payments at 96.65. Actually, I'm looking right now, we have a special where right now we're all the same price all across the board. Right. Yeah, call our customer service. It would be, I know you're driving, so it's super easy to remember. 1-800-47. So ROS. 1-800-47. Give them a call. Tell them about your situation, and then they'll be able to get it figured out. Yeah, you're welcome. welcome to No No. My name's Chris. So I can better serve. How's it going, Chris? How's it going? Good. Yeah? How about you? Alright. I would love you working that. I don't think I let anyone, I don't think I hung up on anyone today without you providing me with a random one, which I mean, didn't help me much, but it felt pretty good. It feels good to do that sometimes. Yeah. It worked kind of, I got it all. massage is back. But, the reason we give 60 days is so if you feel good, keep it. So you can help the car back right now, it's broke up for 3 months. Now, do you know about the triple guarantee that comes with this? What that is basically, after using the car back, you get 300% success rate, call it customer service, and do that within 60 days. Okay? And then if you use the car back for at least 45 days, it has that guarantee time frame. And if you lose the absolutely nothing, we'll refund the shipping, they pay for it, they will also pay for it. So you have that insurance. So you got this car back at home. But like I said, you will not lose it. So today will just be the first payment plus the shipping, which is $19.95. We have 3 different colors to pick. We have the light gray, we have the dark gray, and also the that's actually why we finance so many military. Even, their own. So we're really excited with it as well. Basically, what we do when we send this out is we experience this first. We surround you with all the tools to speech patterns. You don't have to memorize or study instruction around rules. So let's say your first half hour lesson, you'll learn more Spanish than call skills are important. And the best part about it, you'll actually remember to be able to. And then let's say your first week, you'll be speaking simple sentences. And then after a whole month, you'll be able to have a basic conversation. So we know that when we see how fast this is, how much better actually you just pick up on your own. So you can all of those episodes break up into 5 monthly payments. Each payment is $53.08, which is a $230 statement. This is off the regular price, and this is our 4th express special. Now, do you have anyone else that's going to do our 4th? Yeah, we have some awesome tools. The first one is we have an online community, and this is where you can practice lessons, play games with speakers and discussions. And then secondly, we have a mobile app, so you can download that to your smartphone. And that is to allow you to practice lessons more early and to connect experience. And then finally, we include a free headset. This is so we can coach on pronunciation, so you sound natural. So if you're having a conversation with someone fluent, it's not just what you say, but also how you say it. But other than that, we guarantee that if you use the program, you're going to see and hear yourself speaking in the first 30 days. And the reality of the process is that it's worth millions of people instead of people. So today would just be the first payment plus the shipping and handling. So we're going to represent the exact shipping. So your zip code is 95660. That's North Madison, and then the address is 7409 Northmont Drive. And that's all. The telephone number is 916-477-7880. And the email is twatson@gmail.com. Alright, perfect. So it looks like the shipping would be $9.95. Now, would you like to make the first payment with the Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, it's 53.80, which normally it's $99. Yeah, normally it's $99.50 for 5 months, but right now we still have our 4th of July special. It's $230, which is a huge sale. And still, which is great. So it takes pay. That's just, yeah, the $9.95 is just the one-time shipping and we send it all out. So today's payment would be $53.80 plus the shipping plus the tax. So that's what you pay today. And then the remaining 4 payments would just be and it's all backed by our 30-day guarantee, which starts the day you receive all of the material. So you have full So you would just have to call back. I'll send out the demo. So you can check that. I mean, I could give you a call back on Friday. And if we're still in special, do that. Okay, so let me,